from today, which is October 13th, Wednesday. We're going to do a nice flow class today, so let's go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with some stretches. So we're going to bring the right leg in front, nice and tall through your spine. Find the sharpest points of the sits bones. And we're going to take our right arm up and over, nice big side stretch, coming all the way back up. Left arm up and over, and just kind of anchor down through your left hip so you get that nice side stretch on the left. Coming back up, let's do the same thing again. You can go out and up and over if you'd like. And coming up, and then again, we'll reach out, go up and over. And coming back to center. Go ahead and grab your front foot and shin. We're gonna round our back, so I'll turn to the side so you can see. We just wanna flex the spine. So think tucking the tail under. You're finding your C curve. We're going to use our arms to pull ourselves forward, and you're going to extend your spine. So we're arching our back, and then again, we're going to round the back. So just getting the spine to move, getting it warmed up. Extend. We're going to exhale round. Inhale, extend. 2 more times. And extend. 1 more time. And extend. We're going to roll back 1 more time and then dive over the legs. Start to straighten your spine so you get that nice stretch in the right hip if your right leg's in front. Go ahead and restack your spine all the way back up an imaginary wall. So if you're mirroring me, your right leg's in front. We're going to turn that leg around, left hand on the ground, and then we're going to push our hips up and forward and take that right arm all the way up and over so you get that nice stretch through your right hip. Slowly bring the hips back and down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhaling up. Push those hips forward. Exhale down. 1 more time. Just open up the body. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to turn the right leg around. We're going to bring the left leg in front. We're going to take our right arm up and over. Nice big side stretch. Coming back to center. Left arm, and again, you can reach out to go up and over. And coming back to center 1 more time each way. Right arm goes up and over. So nice long spine. Again, just opening up the side body. Left arm up and over. Beautiful. Go ahead and come back to center. We're going to grab our front foot and shin. I'll turn to the side. We're going to round the spine. And then use your arms. Pull on that front leg to extend the spine. So you're arching your back. And again, round. Inhale, extend. So just kind of feel your spine moving. Exhale, round. Nice little stretch as we go to the back. Some work in our postural muscles as we extend 2 more times. 1 more. We're going to round the back again and then take that shape. Dive over your legs. Start to stretch the arms forward. Lengthen the crown of your head away from your tail. Nice big stretch in the back of the left hip. Make sure you're breathing. And on an exhale, we'll restack our spine all the way up. Again, if you're mirroring me, your left leg's going to be in front. We're going to take our left leg, turn it around. Right hand on the floor, and let's push our hips up and forward. Take that top arm up and over, and slowly bring the hips down. So you'll feel that stretch in your hip flexor and a little bit deeper into our side body. 1 more time, focus on pushing your hips forward. And then slowly come back and down. Good job. So now we're kind of stretched out, a little bit warmed up. We're going to start with some roll-ups, and then we'll go right into 100s. So bringing your feet down to the bottom corners of the mat, we're going to flex the feet, reach forward. Big stretch, shoulders down. Now keep reaching through your heels. We're going to lead back with the pubic bone. You're going to roll back 1 bone at a time. So feel your low spine touch the mat, mid spine, upper spine, then head. Pointing the toes, we'll take our arms overhead and press the body into the floor. Arms float up, draw chin to chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat. Now lengthen the tailbone to the heels and exhale, roll all the way back up, flexing your feet and stretch forward again. We're going to do this 3 more times. So again, we're reaching our heels in the opposite direction of where our abs are pulling us. Pointing the toes, press the body into the mat as you take your arms up. Arms float down, draw chin to chest, and exhale, rolling back up. If you need to grab the backs of your legs as you come up, you can do that. 2 more times. Again, just focusing on articulating our spine. And last time. One more stretch forward. And then we're going to roll back one more time to set up for 100s. So arms at the side of the body, we'll bend our legs, place our feet flat on the mat. And we're going to go into 100s. The way we're going to do 100s today is our advanced variation. So we're going to take our legs straight up, and on each exhale, they're going to lower a little bit, so about an inch or two. So on 50, the legs will be all the way down as far as you can maintain your pelvic placement. And then as we start to count back up or back towards 100, so from 60 on, we're going to start to lift the legs up a little bit. So remember, you want to maintain your pelvic placement. If your hamstrings are tight, work in Imprint. If you can find neutral, bringing your legs straight up to the ceiling, go ahead and work in neutral. So we're going to start with our legs up, find your pelvic placement, make sure the back of the ribs are on the mat. Draw chin and chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat. We can stay in parallel. Let's pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lower a little bit. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lower a little bit. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lower a little bit. Keep reaching through your legs. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lower a little bit. 42, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lower as far as you can stay in your pelvic placement. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lift a little bit. 62, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lift a little bit. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lift a little bit. 82, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, lift a little bit. 92, 3, 4, 5, exhale, lift back to where you were. And 100, rest. Ooh, just roll the body side to side. You should feel pretty warm by now. Couple deep breaths in and out. We're gonna hug our right knee in. Extend your left leg. You're gonna anchor through the left hip because that's the leg that's out. We're gonna draw chin to chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat. Work in neutral and then send the left leg in as you reach your right leg out. We're anchoring through the right hip because that's the leg that's out. And then we're gonna switch again. And we're gonna switch. Let's inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Shoulders down, collarbones wide. Keep using those upper abs to curl up. You should be looking right at the belly button. Let's double it. Inhale, switch 2 times. Exhale, switch 2 times. 2 more. And rest. Roll the body side to side. Couple deep breaths in and out. We're going to go ahead and work in neutral again. Bring your legs to tabletop. Lace your hands together and bring them right behind the head at the base of the skull. We'll give our head something to kind of rest back into for the next one. Draw chin and chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat. Try to curl up so far where the bottom tips of the shoulder blades are off. We're going to keep our pelvic placement, reach both legs out, pull them in, exhale for 8. Inhale, exhale 7. Exhale 6. And 5. So as the legs go out, we feel that deepen work through our abs. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And rest. Make circles with your knees on the ceiling so you get a little massage on your sacrum. And let's reverse. We're going to go ahead and place our feet flat on the mat for some bridges. Again, for the first 4, let's focus on articulating our spine. So knees and feet hip width apart. Feel the shoulder blades relax back onto the mat. Deep breath in to prepare. As we exhale, we're going to imprint the low spine. Slowly peel the hips and the spine off the mat until your weight's at the top of your shoulder blades. When you reach the top, I want you to focus on squeezing your glutes really hard as you can, so you feel any tension in your back release. On an exhale, we're going to soften through the heart and just roll down 1 bone at a time. Finding your neutral placement at the bottom. Let's do it again. Inhale, prepare. Exhale. exhale, imprint. Peel the vertebra off the mat. Really articulate the spine here. Weight's going to be at your shoulder blades. Make sure the ribs don't flare. Squeeze your glutes. Soften on an exhale, rolling down, keeping the shoulder blades on the mat. Find neutral. Let's do that 2 more times. Imprint, exhale, rolling back up. Inhaling to hold. Make sure your knees are looking forward. Exhale, soften and roll back down. 1 more time. Just focus on your spine moving. Inhaling to stay. Exhaling to roll down bone by bone. Now finding neutral, we're then going to press the body into the mat. So you maybe feel like you're coming into a little imprint. And we're going to do 10 hip lifts. Here we go. We're going to lift all the way up and down, straight up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just squeeze your glutes. 10. Lower all the way down. Now we're going to bring our right leg to tabletop. As you press your hips up, you're going to take your leg and reach it straight out so your thighs are parallel to each other, so your knees are right next to each other. And as we lower back down, we're going to bend our knee to tabletop. Let's do 2 slow and then 8 a little faster. Here we go. Press up and reach that leg out. Make sure your right hip bone is in alignment with your left. As you lower down, bend that right leg back to tabletop and you go right straight down in the middle of your sacrum. Let's do that again slow. Reach out, come up, and then slowly come down. 8 faster. Here we go. Up and down. 7, 6, 3 more, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. So you'll feel that work all the way through your left glute into the hamstring. We're going to do the other side. So left leg comes to tabletop. As we press the hips up, you're going to send your left leg out 2 slow. So when you pause, or when you get to the top, pause, make sure your hip bones are parallel. You're stretching through that left leg. As we lower the hips down, we're going to bend our left knee back to tabletop. Let's do that again. 1 more time slow. Reach it out, pause, slowly come back down. Now keep that same awareness in your body. So when we go a little bit faster, we're coming all the way up, all the way straight down. Here we go. Up, down, 1. Up, down, 2. Reach through that leg. 5 more times. 4. Press. 3. Squeeze. 2. And 1. Lowering down. We'll place that foot on the mat. Let's take our hands underneath our knees. Right at the backs of the thighs. Flex your feet. Try to anchor your pelvis in neutral. We're going to take our right leg up to the ceiling. As you reach your heel up to the ceiling, gently press the back of your leg into your hand. You'll get a nice hamstring stretch. Bend the knee, other side. Left heel reaches up, gently press the leg into the hand. Try to maintain neutral. Let's do that 1 more time each way. 1 more. Now we're going to point our toes. Send your right leg up. You can work an imprint if your hamstrings are a little tight, or maintain neutral if you could do that with your legs straight. We're going to reach up towards that right ankle, draw chin to chest, curl up. And we're going to take our left leg out. Now the leg that's out is our left one, so we're going to anchor through that left hip. We're going to go into scissors. Elbows are wide. You're going to pulse the legs away 2 times, and then we switch. Again, slow. Reach away, switch. And let's pick up our pace. We're going to exhale, exhale, inhale. Your hips should feel like they're cemented to the floor. You're giving those legs a nice stretch by reaching them away and then switching. 4 more. 2 more. And rest. Just roll the body side to side. Couple deep breaths in and out. Now we're going to do lift and lower. Let's go ahead and put our hands behind our hips so that way we can get our legs lower without kind of sacrificing any placement in our body, in our pelvic area. So it just helps you be more supported when your hands are behind your hips. So we'll do these lift and lowers today like that. You're going to think about pressing your low spine into the space created by having your hips on your hands. So you're kind of working a little imprint. And we're going to bring our legs straight up to the ceiling. Feel free to keep your head down, or if you want to engage your upper abs, go ahead and curl up. Your gaze is going to be right at your belly button. We're going to lower. You can go real far because we got the hands behind our hips, and then exhale, lift 8 times. Inhale. Exhale. 6 more. Keep your hips on your hands. 5 more. 3, 4 more. I don't know where 4 went, but there it is. Here's 3. And 2. And 1 more time. And rest. Let's make circles with our knees on the ceiling just to kind of release that imprinted position. Deep breaths in and out, reverse. We're going to do another set of lift and lower, and to make it a little harder, we're going to bring our hands behind the head at the base of the skull. So you might not be able to go as low. So just watch your pelvic placement. That's our goal. So let's work in imprint. We're going to curl up. Now you're only going to lower your legs as far as you can stay in imprint, and we're going to exhale, lift back up. You'll feel this is a lot more intense on your abdominals. Inhale. Exhale. 5 more times. Stay curled up. 4 more. 3 more. Bottom tips of the shoulder blades should be off the mat. 2 more. Keep that low spine pressing into the mat. And rest. Let's make those circles again. It's a little bit more intense on our abdominals, a little bit harder to keep that imprinted position. Reverse. All right, so we've almost completed our series of 5, kind of here and there. So the last one is going to be our crisscross. So let's go ahead and go into that now. We'll activate our obliques. Lace your fingers together, bring your hands behind your head, the base of the skull again. Let's work in neutral. We're going to curl up and rotate to the right knee. Try to get both shoulder blades off the mat for more of a challenge. You're going to send that left leg out. The left leg is out, so that's the hip I'm going to anchor into. We're going to switch, pause, right leg's out. This is the hip I'm anchoring into. And then we're going to switch, inhale, switch, exhale, switch, inhale, switch, exhale. So that same breath that we used, that longer breath for our single leg stretch. Here we're going to double time it. Switch 2 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more breaths, sets of breaths. 1 more set. Exhale. And rest. Roll side to side. Deep breaths in and out. Let's go ahead and go into some 1-leg circles. Feels good on the hip joint. We'll do 6 each way today. So extend your left leg down. Arms are going to go out to the side, palms down. Take your right leg straight up to the ceiling. You're going to keep reaching through this left leg, so stretch through it. We're going to take our right leg across our body. Hip comes off, not the shoulder blade. Big circle down. Your leg stays turned out, so as you go out to the side, we keep reaching through that left leg so that your hips don't move. And let's do it again. It should feel good. You'll get that nice little rotation in your low back. If you're getting any popping in your hip, make your circle smaller and reach through your leg more. Once you get that reach through your leg, you can try to make your circles bigger. 1 more this direction, and let's reverse. Out to the side, this left leg stays reaching, but it doesn't really move. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch through that left leg as your right leg goes to the side. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more time. We're going to just give that knee a nice little hug in towards our body. And let's extend it down. Left leg is going to come up. Reach through this right leg. Left leg crosses your midline. Hip comes off, but not your shoulder blade. Circle down. As I take the weight of my leg out to the side, I'm going to keep reaching through this leg so my hips don't move. Inhale, hip comes off, not the shoulder. Exhale, now your hip stays still as your leg goes down, out, and up. Keep stretching. Think about your leg getting longer on each circle. And stay in turn out. Really reach through your legs so you don't get any popping in your hip. We're trying to lengthen our leg out of the hip joint. 2 more. One more. Let's reverse. 4, 6. Same concept. When your leg goes out to the side, you keep stretching through that right leg so that the hip doesn't come up. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And just give that knee a little hug in also. We're going to lace our hands behind the head at the base of the skull. Go ahead and bend both knees, placing your feet on the mat. We're going to take our right leg up to the ceiling. If your hamstrings are tight, feel free to work in tabletop. We're going to curl up towards that leg and then take your left leg and reach it out. 6 little crunches. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch your legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your legs. One more set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch your legs. Last set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we rest. Make circles with your knees on the ceiling again. Couple deep breaths in and out. We're going to do one more set, real similar, but we're going to do a little crisscross so that we activate our obliques. And then we'll move up to a seated position. So let's place our feet on the mat. You're going to make like a little shooting gun position with your hands. Reach through those first fingers. We're going to take our right leg up. You're going to curl up, but I want you to reach your hands and your shooting gun to the outside of your leg. Take your left leg, you're going to reach it along the mat. Here we go. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch your legs, switch your arms. Here we go. 1, reach the outside of your left leg. 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch your legs, switch your arms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch your legs, switch your arms. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we rest. Ooh, you'll feel that right in your obliques. A little bit more along the sides towards the center of the belly. We're going to roll to one side and push ourselves up to a seated position. Find the sharpest points of your sits bones. Anchor your heels into the mat by flexing your feet. Make sure your legs aren't way up here, so just walk them out so you have some more space. We're going to stack shoulders right over hips, so make sure you're not leaning back, make sure you're not slouching. Nice and tall through the spine. We're going to take our arms straight out in front, anchor the shoulders down, and feel as though your shoulder blades are flat against your back. Right away, we're going to feel some work in our hip flexors. We're going to scoop and roll back. You're going to roll back just far enough where you're finding your C curve. So think about that you want to find the shape of the letter C from the crown of your head to your tail. Bottom of the ribs are to the hips. If my arm was in front of your waist, you're trying to curl over it. From here, we're going to come right back up onto the sit bones and lengthen the spine. Let's do that again. Exhale, scoop, roll halfway back. Inhale, come right back up. Exhale, scoop, roll halfway back. Inhale, come right back up. We're going to do 7 more. So these half rollbacks are really helpful when we're doing our roll-ups. So this is a good practice so that you can work through your imprint to have a nice, smooth roll-up. 4 more times. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Now we're going to stay rolled back. I'm going to kind of go at a little angle. I want you to see how my shoulders stay down. I'm staying curled. I'm going to take my arms up. I'm going to open them to the side, but I don't go behind my body. So I keep my arms in front of me. Inhale and exhale. I'm keeping that connection of driving my shoulders down to my hips and maintaining my curl. Reverse your arms. 4, 3. So you can see how my arms go up. Hopefully you can see that my shoulders stay down. 1 more. We're going to dive over the legs. When you feel your sit bones, restack your spine, tail to head. Deep breath in at the top. We're going to do it again. Exhale, scoop, roll back. Find your C curve. Pull those abs in. Deepen it. Now let's circle those arms. 1. Arms stay in front of you. 2. You keep anchoring your shoulders down to your hips. Reverse your arms. 4. 3, as your arms go out and up, you'll feel that deepen work through your core. 1 more. Dive over the legs when you feel your sit bones. Restack your spine, tail to head. Again, shoulders over hips, shoulder blades flat against the back, and anchor them down. We're going to scoop and roll back, but this time we're going to rotate to the right and let the right arm open. Left arm just stays. We're going to lift ourselves up as we come back to center. Again, to the other side, as we roll our halfway back, we're going to open up the left arm. And we're going to come right back up to center. Now, again, the tendency as we keep going is going to be to lean away from the side that you're rotating towards. So if you feel your weight shift back on your hips, think about leaning a little bit towards the side that you're rotating towards. So as I rotate to my right, I would lean towards my right a little bit, and that's going to fix me shifting back onto my left hip. Let's do this 4 more times total. 3, 2. You guys can probably hear my dog's collar jingling because she had a little itch and she was like right over there. And let's take a breather, bottoms of the feet together, and take a little stretch forward. Couple deep breaths in and out. Just allow those hip flexors to lengthen and release for a moment. And we're going to go ahead and come on up. We're going to cross our ankles and just roll over your feet and your knees into a quadruped position. Hands right underneath your shoulders. And we're in that tabletop position, so we have a 90-degree angle at the knee and hip. So the knees are going to be right underneath your hips. And then your tabletop here is going to be your back. So make sure your back's not rounded. It's also, you're not dumping into your belly like that. So we're engaging through the core and actively gliding the shoulders down. We're going to create some length through our body and balance a little bit by reaching our right leg and left arm out. And you're going to pause, find a balance. If you imagine a light attached to your right hip bone, it's going to stay shining down on the mat. From here, we're going to take our arms and leg and lift them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your back does not move. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly bring the hand and the knee down as you shift your weight back to 2 legs, no shifting in your hips. Now we're going to do the other side. Right arm, left leg. They reach out. Find your balance. Imagine that light on your left hip. It stays shining down. Keep your core engaged so the belly never drops down, your back never arches, and let's lift the arm and leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hand and the knee. Now we're going to curl the toes under, drive those shoulders down your back for 30 seconds. We're going to lift our knees into our mother hovers and begin. Hold and breathe. So right when we pick up, we're going to feel our core brace, and we're going to feel our quads working. Keep holding, keep breathing. 15 seconds, halfway there. Keep driving those shoulders down your back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Gently bring your knees down. And we're going to come onto our forearms. You can lace your fingers together or keep them shoulder width apart. And we're going to step 1 foot back and then the other. We're going to hold a full plank for 1 minute on our forearms. And let's begin. Legs can be apart or together. Make sure your hips are not up, they're down, and drive those shoulders down your back. Keep holding, keep breathing. Forearm planks are kind of tough because our body is so close to the floor. So your lever is a little bit longer here. Keep holding, keep breathing. Making sure the elbows are right underneath the shoulders. Keep it going. 30 seconds to go. We're halfway there. You can do it. Keep lifting up on those abs. Engage the back of the legs by contracting the quads so the legs are nice and straight. Shoulders down. Keep going. We're almost there. 15 seconds to go. 9, 6, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring your knees down, feet together, knees wide, and sit back as long as your knees are okay with this. And a nice little flat back child's pose. You can rest your forehead on the floor. Just take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then we'll restack our spine nice and slow on top of the knees. So I want to get your heart rate up a little bit, get you sweating. We're going to come into a plank position, excuse me, on our hands now. We're going to be going into a side plank, so all we're going to do is be pivoting our feet. So coming into a nice plank position, remember in your planks that you want to press through the knuckles of your hands so that you take pressure off your wrist. So you should have balanced weight on your palm. So think about pressing into this area of your hand. We're going to take our legs back hip width apart. Now we're going to slowly start to shift our weight onto our right hand, and you're going to allow the feet to pivot onto the sides of the feet as you peel your left arm up. Both sides of the heels on the floor, and then slowly we're going to pivot back down, lifting our heels up to bring that left hand down, and then hips are facing the floor again. As we shift our weight to our left hand, we're going to pivot the heels down and peel the right arm up. Find your side plank. Make sure you don't look like this or like this. So nice and long through the spine. Lift those heels, start to pivot. So your pivot always comes from your core. So think about your hips starting the movement. Make sure both heels, sides of the heels are down. Hips start the movement and then they end it. Same thing, so my pivot comes from here. So again, it comes from here. I'm gonna pivot. My body just follows. Let's do one more each way. Use those abs. Pivot from your center. Center is here. And then pivot. And then let's rest again in a flat back child's pose. Couple deep breaths in and out. Good job, you guys. Side planks are really hard. Now we're going to go ahead and come onto our stomach, and we're going to practice some swan dives. We'll build it up like I usually do, from a little beginner kind of swan dive, a little intermediate, and then we'll go right into it if you want to try that. Hands right underneath the shoulders. For swan dive, the legs are going to be turned out. We're going to lengthen the tailbone to the heels. What that does is it engages our core. It lengthens the low back. You'll feel like you're pressing your hips into the mat. You'll also feel a little suction cup action happening through your belly. You're going to feel your glutes engaging. We're going to lift our heart so you feel the bottom of the ribs on the mat. Now pull the belly up and in more, lengthen your tailbone more, and lift your legs. Now staying in this position, so it's almost like your body is shaped like the bottom of a rocking horse. We're going to use our hands to push into the mat to rock up, and then you're going to use your hands or elbows to rock down. My chest stays lifted and my legs stay lifted, and I'm just using my arms to rock up and back. Resist the tendency to lower your chest when you rock forward. It stays lifted. Now, if you want to make it a little more challenging, you're going to release and catch. Release and catch. The whole time you stay lifted, legs and heart. More challenging, reach out, palms up, and then catch. Reach out, palms up, and then catch. Again, your heart and your head stay lifted. Be careful if you go into full swan dive, just keep that shape, pull the belly up and in, and here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're gonna rest in a shell stretch. Shell stretch, arms are at your side, top of the forehead is resting on the floor. We want our spine rounded to counteract having it in extension. Just a couple deep breaths in and out here. Let's go ahead and restack our spine in that kneeling position, all the way back up, shoulders over hips. We're going to come into a kneeling position. Bring your arms out to the side. Start to shift your weight into your left leg. As you do that, take your right leg out to the side. We're going to slowly come down onto the left hand. Top hand can come behind your head at the base of the skull. Make sure your shoulders and hips are facing forward, that you're not rotated up and you're also not rotated down. We're going to resist our bottom leg going like this. So keep it nice and still. Push this hip forward. Take your top leg, you're going to lift it up hip width. Flex the foot. We're going to swing it forward. Point the toe. Reach it away. Exhale forward. Inhale away. Exhale forward. Keep your body elongated. 2 more times. 1 more time. Now we're going to bend the knee, reach your top arm up. Use that reach to help you come up. Shifting your weight to the right knee. We're going to slowly kick the left leg out and come down onto the right hand. Bend your left arm, bring your elbow right behind your head or hand behind the head. Make sure you're not rotated up, so you want to be square forward. Top leg is going to lift. We're going to flex, swing it forward. Inhale, reach it away. Exhale, and try to keep your torso as still as you can. Inhale 3 more times. Working the abductors and the hip flexors. We get a nice little stretch when we go back. 1 more. Now bend your knee, reach your top arm up. Allow that reach to help you come back up. We're going to shift our weight into our left leg. Swing the right leg out. Top hand can stay up. Now push that left hip forward. Top leg is going to lift and lower. 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee. Reach this arm up to help you come back up. Let's do the other side. Shifting your weight to your right. Right hand comes down. Left leg swings out. Reach this arm up. Top leg. We're going to lift and lower. 8, 7, 6. Reach through it. 5. Reach it away. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee. Take your top arm. Reach it up. Allow that to help you come back up. We got 1 more round. Woo, feel those sides of the hips working. Top hand, we're going to bring it behind the head for this one. Push that left hip forward. Right leg, we're going to lift it. Give me little circles about as big as a tennis ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, reach your top arm up. Use that reach to help you come up. 1 more on the other side, everybody. We're almost done here. Bend your top elbow, hand behind your head. Lift that top leg, little circles. Push your right hip forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knee, reach your top arm up, and we're going to slowly come up. We're going to bring our legs together. Take your arms, reach them forward. Now as we walk our hands over to the right, we're going to shift our hips to the left. You feel a nice stretch in the side of the hip and into the side body where we were working. Just stay here for a moment and breathe. We're going to walk our hands over to the other side and shift your hips to the right. And just breathe. Feel that nice big stretch in your right side body and into the right hip. From here, we'll come to center. And then slowly just restack your spine. Just nice and slow to release any tension in our low back after doing those. And it's time for teasers. So let's go ahead and lie down on our back. We're going to work our way up from a couple essentials into the full variation. Just kind of get your body settled on your mat again. We're going to have our legs hip width apart. You're going to walk your feet away from you. That way the weight of your legs can kind of help you come up. Arms at the side of the body, palms facing up. Couple deep breaths in and out to prepare. Deep breath in together. As we exhale, we're going to draw chin to chest. Start to curl the head and shoulders off the mat as you scoop your arms off the mat, reaching your hands to your knees. Now lengthen your tailbone to the heels. We're going to peel our low spine off the mat. Find the sharpest points of your sits bones, stacking your spine right on top of the sit bones, and reach your arms overhead. On an exhale, we're going to float our arms down as we scoop, leading back with the pubic bone. You're going to roll back one bone at a time. So you'll feel your low spine touch, mid spine touch, upper spine touch, then your head, and now we're ready to do it again. Draw chin to chest. Exhale, curling up. Take an inhale, lift at the top. Ribs down. Find the sharpest points of the sits bones. Exhale, scoop, and roll back down. All right, we're going to bring our legs together for single leg teasers. Keeping your knees connected, extend your right leg. Now, if your hamstrings are tight when you come up, a lot of times the leg, it's going to be hard to keep it here. So just allow it to come down so that you can find the back parts of the sit bones with your legs straight. Then as you roll back, you'll just lift it back up so the knees are together. So let's go ahead and do our single leg. Draw chin to chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat, lengthen your tailbone to the heels. Now you're reaching your hands up towards that leg and you're reaching through that right leg. We're going to roll up. This time you're coming just to the back of the sit bones. Keep stretching through that right leg. Take those arms high. Exhale, scoop and roll down. Reach through that right leg as you're rolling back. And let's switch legs. Squeezing the knees together, draw chin to chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat, lengthen your tailbone to the heels, reach through that left leg, reach your hands towards it, and then take those arms high. Keep lengthening and reaching through that left leg. Scoop and roll back. So I keep reaching through my left leg as I roll down. And then let's switch legs. We'll do one more on each side. Stretch through that right leg. One more time. Reach through your right leg. So that's the key. Keep reaching, keep reaching, keep reaching. And then let's take a rest, bottoms of the feet together, knees wide before we do our advanced. So when you do those singles that reach through your leg, you'll hear me cue it when we go into our advanced teasers, our full teasers. So that reaching is really important. So by doing those single leg teasers, that's going to help you get that length through that leg. Because that lengthening out of our hip joint, just like we did for one leg circle, helps us lift our legs and roll up into our teaser. So let's go ahead and extend our legs down. We're going to zip them together. All right, everybody, we've got 4 full teasers. I'm going to break down the first 2. Draw chin to chest, curl the head and shoulders off the mat. You're reaching your hands towards your toes. Now lengthen your tailbone to the heels and stretch through both legs. Your legs are going to feel like they want to come up. You're going to allow them as you roll all the way up. If your hamstrings are a little tight, just bend your knees at the top to tabletop. And then we're going to balance to the back of the sit bones and take our arms high. Now scoop and roll down. As I'm rolling down, I'm leading with my pubic bone. My legs are going to go down. So when my low spine's on the mat, my legs are down. Then I lower my mid, upper, back, and head. Break it down one more time. Draw chin and chest. Curl the head and shoulders off the mat. You're reaching your hands towards your toes. Squeeze those legs together. Lengthen your tailbone to the heels and reach through your legs. And then allow those legs to come up. Keep reaching through them just like you did in your singles. Either legs in tabletop or keep them up. Now we're going to scoop and roll back. Let the legs lower down. So when you're in imprint, those legs are down. And then we lower the rest of the body. Whew, all right, let's do 2 more on our own. I'll just cue the breathing. Exhale. Inhale. Breathing never stops. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bottoms of the feet together. Rest your hands on your belly and just take a couple deep breaths in and out. One more together. We're going to roll to one side, push ourselves up for open leg rocker. And we're going to do some push-ups and then we'll stretch. So open leg rocker, you're going to scoop to the back of the sit bones. Legs can be here and you can grab under the knees. All right, so that can be your open leg rocker position if your hammies are tight. Hamstrings, short for hamstrings. If not, we're going to take our legs up. I want you to flex your feet. And then we're going to do our little prep where we reach past our feet. You're going to keep reaching with your legs, just like you do with your teasers and your arms. You're going to scoop, find your C-curve, roll back, keep reaching past your toes. And then we're going to roll back up. Reach past your toes. Scoop, roll back. Reach past your toes. Remember, your head never touches. Reach past your toes. One more like that. Reach past your toes. Reach past your toes. Now grab your ankles, point the toes, scoop, roll back. You're going to keep reaching through your legs. Balance by lifting. Remember, you're reaching past your toes. Exhale. Inhale. Or you can inhale. Exhale. Let's do two more. One more. Bottoms of the feet together, take a little butterfly stretch. We're going to cross our ankles, roll over the feet and the knees. We're going to do 2 sets of 6 Pilates push-ups each. Pilates push-ups, we're going to lower down for a count of 3, come up for a count of 3. When you're doing the lowering, make sure it's a smooth lower. It's not a 1, 2, 3. It's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so you're never stopping until you reach maybe the top and the bottom of the count. Feel free to do both sets on the knees or 1 set on the knees, 1 set in a full, or do both in a full. I'm going to try to stay in a full today. We'll see how I do. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Remember, you want to press into the knuckles of your hands. We're going to step our legs back, hip width apart, or legs together. Keep your head back in space. So you're going to lead with your chest instead and keep your abs engaged. If there's a clock in front of you, when you bend your elbows are going to look at 8 and 4. So we want that 45-degree angle at our elbow, or at our armpit. Here we go. Lower down, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and down. 2, 3, lift your head, lift your belly. 3 more times. 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, up, 2, rest. Shell stretch, or not shell stretch, child's pose. A flatter back for child's pose. Deep breaths in and out. Let your heart rate come down just a little bit, and then we're going to repeat it. If you do choose to stay on your knees, just something I just thought about, make sure you don't leave your butt behind. So that would look something like this. All right, so you want your butt to go with you. So when you're on your knees, you're going to feel like you're leaning into your arms. It'll feel harder. If your butt stays back, you're not going to feel like you're doing anything. Okay, so use that. If it's too easy, you're not doing it correctly. So just remember, butt stays with you. All right, come back up, whatever position you want to be in. We got 1 more set of 6. Head back, abs in. Lead with your chest. Here we go. Down, 2, 3, and up. 2, 3, and in. 2, 3. Use your exhale. 2, 3, and 4 more times. And 3. Elbows at 8 and 4. 1 more time. Child's pose. Breathe. Let your heart rate come down. Let's restack our spine on our next exhale. And let's start to cool off by stretching. So we're going to start with our left foot forward and a nice little hip flexor stretch. Come up onto the fingertips, lift your heart up. Keep breathing deeply, allowing our heart rate to return after doing our 2 sets of 6 push-ups. We're going to bring our hands onto the knee. When you feel comfortable, keep engaging through your core so you don't sink down. You'll get a deeper stretch in the front of your hip. We're going to use our left hand to brace against the back of the right leg, and we're going to take our right arm high. You're going to add a gentle back bend. As long as that feels okay for you, pull those shoulders back. Cartwheel your hands down onto the mat and extend your front leg for a little hamstring stretch. I want you to round your back and then straighten your back. Round your back. Instead of straightening, think about arching your back. One more time, round. And then we're going to arch, we're going to stay. So when you arch your back, you're going to feel more of a stretch in your hamstring. If it feels too deep, just back off. Flex the foot. We're going to bring our hands back. See if you can kind of lift your body up just enough where you can slide that right leg in. So you're going to be in like a figure 4, like so. I'll just go to the side. We're going to take our arms high, and we're going to extend over that left leg. You should feel maybe a little stretch in the right hip, like right in here. And a nice deep stretch in the back of the left leg. Shoulders down and breathe. Restack your spine nice and slow. You're going to keep this leg here, but just pivot your left leg back. And you're going to get yourself into a little pigeon pose. Our goal is to try to get the hips to at least face forward. Think about your left hip going down onto the mat. Just be careful that you don't feel any torsion in your knee. If you feel comfortable, take a reach forward with your arms, and we're just going to hold and breathe again. We're going to slowly pick ourselves up. Lift your heart. Take your left arm, you're going to circle it up and back. Stay here, or see if you could bend your back knee and grab your foot or ankle, and take a little quad stretch here. Couple deep breaths in and out. Slowly and gently release your foot. If you have a hold of it, we'll cartwheel that hand back down in front. Use your hands to kind of push yourself up. You're going to slide your right leg back, and then we're going to take that right leg and step it forward. So we're on our hip flexor stretch on the left. Coming up onto the fingertips, lifting your heart. If you feel comfortable, bring your hands onto the knee. Deeper stretch, keep your core engaged so you don't dump into your low back. We're going to take our right hand at the back of the left leg, so you're bracing against it. The shoulder opens up. Left arm goes high, add your gentle back bend. Make sure you're breathing. Cartwheel the hands down. Extend your front leg. And then we're going to round our spine and then extend the spine. Round the spine. As you go into extend the spine, you're going to feel that deepen stretch. One more, round and extend, and we're going to stay and hold. Big stretch in the hamstring here. Flex the foot. Bigger stretch into your calf. Breathe. You're going to slide your hands back. Just use your hands a little bit to kind of pick your body up slightly. And you're just going to bring the back leg in. And you're going to end in that little figure 4. So you're like this. I'm just going to pivot to the side a little bit. We're going to take our arms high and extend and flex, over the right leg. So you might even feel a little stretch in the back of the hip on the left. Couple of deep breaths in and out here. Slowly restack the spine. Now we'll keep our right leg here, left leg here. I'm going to take this leg and just pivot it around. So you end up in your pigeon stretch. I'll kind of pivot so you can see from the side. Our goal is to try to get that right hip down, or at least facing forward. Come up on your fingertips. You should feel a nice deep stretch in the back of this hip. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and take a stretch forward. Deep breaths in and out. If it feels too deep, just back off a little bit. Slowly making our way back up onto our hands. You're going to take your right arm, do a semicircle back. Little rotation, you're going to stay here or bend your knees. See if you can grab your foot or your ankle. Both shoulders open. Take a little quad stretch. Slowly, if you have your foot, release it. Do a little semicircle to bring that arm back forward. We'll kind of use our hands to push ourselves up and slide that left leg back. We'll come into our seated position, just like we started with the right leg in front. You can rest your hands on your knees or in your lap. Close your eyes for a moment and just bring your awareness into your body. Feel any changes after class. Maybe you just feel like energized from getting your heart rate up and sweating a little bit. Maybe your hips feel more open and stretched out after our cool down. Try to relax any tension in the neck, shoulders, and face. Soften into your body. Deep breaths in and out with your eyes closed still. One more deep breath in and out together. And we'll open our eyes together. Thank you everybody for joining class today. I hope you had an awesome workout. Email me with any questions that you might have in my videos, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.